Today is 782nd day that I'm here to show lessons to learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'm going to speak about dating. And what kind of dating? What kind of dating am I talking about? I'm not talking about dating with your daughter because it's very important. I'm not talking about dating with like husband or wife. I'm not talking about it. This is very, very important to date. Even though that you marry maybe 50 years, you still need to date because there are a lot of advantages. But today I want to speak specifically about dating yourself. And why it's so important. Why is it important to date yourself? There are so many advantages of really dating yourself. And today we'll cover 10 things. 10 things why it's so important to date yourself. And when was the last time that you went to a date yourself? There's a lot of different ways that you're able to go to the date to yourself. But it's very, very important. If you said that maybe you didn't spend time to yourself, maybe that is a time to reflect. And after today, maybe when you understand why it's so important, maybe you'll find the time to allocate and block the time that you could spend time with yourself. So number one is self-discovery. Self-discovery. So that means that a lot of times people say like, okay, I don't know like who I am. I don't know like where I'm supposed to go. I don't know what kind of career I'm supposed to take. I don't know like a lot of things I don't know about myself. I don't know my gifts. Like a lot of things is not clear yet. So self-discovery. So that means understanding yourself. You need to really date yourself. How are you supposed to know yourself if you don't date yourself? That means that if you do not allocate time to really reflect and really ask yourself, ask questions and tell yourself what you want to do. And ask like, okay, so what do you like? What you don't like? This is like a long time, like it's a lifelong term thing that you need to pursue is self-discovery. You're changing. That means that if you knew yourself 5 years ago, you still need to ask yourself what you change, what you improve, what you pivot. Now, of course, if you're not changing, if you're not improving, if you're not seeking something meaningful in life, maybe you're staying the same thing, the same person. But now when you're pursuing, changing, improving, getting better, self-discovery is very important because you need to reflect what changed, what's improved, and who you are at the moment and what you want to achieve. So understand yourself. Number two is self-care and well-being. Self-care and well-being. Now, that means that when we think about self-care, it means how much time do you allocate to go to gym, to exercise, just with yourself? Because we need to understand that we need to prioritize your own health. You need to prioritize your own needs and desires. Prioritize your own needs. That means that like everyone, when you go to like plane, everyone knows that you need to put mask first on yourself and then on someone else. That's exactly what self-care is and well-being. Because when you take care of yourself, of your health, of your mental health, emotional health, then you're able to take care of others. If you do not have that taken care of, you will not be able to help anybody as well. So we need to prioritize our own needs. And when we have a date with ourselves, then is a time when you're able to do that. Number three is independence and confidence. Independence and confidence. When I think about really where to get confidence, where to get independence, dating yourself is one of the best places to do that. Because now when you are independent, what you're able to do, you're able to rely on yourself. And when you rely on yourself, you know that you're able to achieve that. That builds confidence and independence. So that means that when you have a problem, it's good to really ask for help. But the most important is being able to really solve the problem by yourself and do it and go and date and do everything by yourself. That gives you confidence and independence. Number four is personal growth. Personal growth. That means it's not group growth, not family growth, even though that's very, very important. But we need to have our personal growth as well. Because every individual is different. And that means you need to learn what is different. What is your gifts? What is your specific gifts that you need to develop? And if you don't spend time by yourself, you do not know what those gifts are. You don't know what those strengths are. And you're not able to really spend those times solo dates when you experience. Because you need to experience by yourself something. Because if you are always spending with your friends, with your family, with the group, with the team, sometimes maybe they will take care of a lot of your things and you will not be able to implement your strengths. You'll not be able to understand what you're good at, what you're bad at. So being able to really have solo experience when you need to perform, you'll understand what's good and what's bad and what you need to improve and what you want to improve. Number five is building relationships with yourself. Building relationship with yourself. That means that when we think about building a relationship, that means we want to nurture this relationship. Every relationship that you nurture gets better. And when you nurture a relationship, what happens? You have self-love, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. A lot of times people do not accept themselves. Now, I understand that we need to accept ourselves, but at the same time, we need to design a plan to improve ourselves. But we're not supposed to accept to stay there. We need to accept that, okay, this is where I am. This is where I am at the moment. And I'm okay with that. But I know that I want to improve. I want to get better. And have self-compassion. I say, this is just, I'm a baby in this field. This is I'm starting, and I will work. I will stand over and over again until we'll get better. So that means that we're able to really have unconditional love of ourselves, but at the same time keep moving forward, being able to do that. So really having that build a relationship and nurture relationship is allowing to really have that self-love. You don't need to other people to love you before really able to take action. Number 6 is reducing dependence on external validation. Reducing dependence on external validation. That is so powerful and so is needed. I have seen that at the moment, like a lot of times people, including myself, like you always seek some kind of external validation, some external approval. But when you're able to spend time with yourself and self-validate yourself, that is very, very powerful, because when you appreciate yourself for all the things that you do, you don't need external appreciation. You don't need external validation because you already appreciate yourself. That's so powerful. So powerful. That means that when you do something for yourself, when you prove yourself, when you read a book, when you pursue some kind of goal and achieve that small win, you appreciate your actions. You appreciate your growth and moving forward. And that's appreciation. What you appreciates. If you appreciate growth, that means that the growth will improve and get better. Very, very powerful. And if you see that you're always seeking external validation, maybe that is because you do not spend enough time by yourself that you could appreciate yourself. Number 7 is stress relief and relaxation. Stress relief and relaxation. Now, of course, this is very objective because I'm that kind of person that I really love spending time by myself. When I have some kind of challenge, when I have something to overcome, I really love to have a quiet space. I really reflect what's going on and what is the best decision. I don't want to think about it for a long time, but I need an hour of my time to really sit down, strategize, reflect, and then I'm able to really share my thoughts with the group, have it a team, and we'll discuss that over team. But I'm not able to really move forward right away before really having that reflection time. And that is one of the best time for me to really release the stress, relax, get myself together, and move forward. And of course, that's one of the things when you really are having that date for yourself, you're able to really have a break from like daily pressures. Number 8 is freedom and empowerment. Freedom and empowerment. And what I mean by freedom is that you're able to really have that ability to make decisions solely on your desires, solely on your preferences, and based on your desires. So it means when you are able to make decisions based on your desires, your preferences, you have a freedom of making those decisions, and that empowers you, that you know that your decision is your responsibility and your ownership, and is your fault. It doesn't matter what happens, you know that it's your fault because you made a decision. This is your life, you made a decision, and your responsibility to fix it, because you're not able to blame anybody. This is your decision, and I think this is empowering. But you know that your decision is it's only your decision, and you made a decision based on your knowledge right now, and that means that you will be able to fix it. But now, if someone else makes a decision for you, now you're able to blame that person. Oh, this person made the decision and it's the wrong decision. No, you don't have that anymore, and you have freedom to choose, and of course, empowerment to really fix it. Number 9 is very, 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 very important. Development of identity. Everything falls on identity. A lot of times when we think about, okay, we have behaviors, but those behaviors are falling into identity. That means if you for a short period of time, you're able to really do behavior that is not aligned with your identity. But when bad days comes in, all times your behaviors fall back onto your identity. So when we build identity, when we have our dates with ourselves, we're able to understand who we are, and it will build that strong identity that your behaviors will fall in that identity. So much easier really to probably spend a little more time to build identity. But when you build identity, behaviors will fall in that identity rather than really spending some, because building behavior is quite easy. Like short-term behavior is quite easy. Like 10 days, 20 days is quite easy. That's why so many people have like challenges, 20 days challenge, 15 days challenge, 30 days challenge. And after that, they go back to old ways because they never changed the identity. They just changed behavior. And now it's great they change behavior, but the most important part, and sometimes it's good to start really from behavior, and you start from behavior, and then you start believing, yeah, like that this behavior aligns with me. So what kind of identity I need to build that this behavior could stick with me forever? So that means that what really matters to you. So when you think about identity, what really matters to you? What is important to you? That's just really allow you to really build an identity. And the last one, number 10, is cultivating resilience. Resilience. And that is about really facing challenges by yourself. And being okay with that. Because, of course, I understand that it's very, very important to ask for guidance, ask for help, ask for support. But there is one thing that we need to be very, very careful. Some people ask to be saved. Some people ask to be helped. Some people ask to be saved, and some people ask to be helped. And there is a huge difference. And I hope that you will understand, because when people ask to be saved, that means they hope that other person will be able to solve problems for us. When you ask to be helped, is that you ask for guidance, but you do the work. You do all the steps. You going through the challenge to make things happen. So that means you just ask a little bit for guidance. What kind of action steps you're able to take? And you're not expecting anyone else to take those steps for you. And there's a huge difference between being saved and helped. I hope that you understand. So that means when you ask for help, look what you're asking. Are you asking other person to take action? Or are you asking for some kind of guidance that you will be able to take those actions, and you will not able to really to say that, oh, like this person is not helping me. No, the most important part is still guidance. And that's what we're supposed to seek. And that's when when you face a challenge, you ask for guidance, you get some advice, you take advice and move forward. And of course, when you move forward, you're able to cultivate resilience and believe that you're able to overcome any kind of challenge that comes to your way. So I think that this topic is underrated, and a lot of people do not speak about as important thing. But I think that in last year I learned how important it is to spend time by myself. Because every single time when I spend a little more time by myself, with myself, I really reflect on my values, on the things that I want to achieve. I always come out much better, much stronger, and I have the clarity what I need to do next day, next month, next week, that I could move towards my goals. Because when I do not have that time with myself, I don't have those daytimes, then I start to lose the touch with myself. I start to lose the understanding what I really need to do and who I am. So self-discovery and dating yourself is one of the most important things. It's not a once a year thing. It's once a week, maybe once a day thing that you're able to be on top of self-love, self-compassion, and really moving forward to the bigger things. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.